Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello and welcome to another GoldMine 101, our regular series of short GoldMine presentations, giving you hints and tips and helping you get the most out of the system. This morning I'm going to cover project management in GoldMine. So if you're managing projects, you have lots of customer related tasks to manage, this could be the presentation for you. My name is Tim Wilmot and my company Wizard Systems, we're a specialist CRM system supplier who helps small and mid-sized organizations improve their sales productivity, marketing and customer service through the use of simple and affordable software solutions. Now this presentation will be about a quarter of an hour or so in duration. It's just an overview of the project management feature in GoldMine. It's not meant to be in-depth training. My company, Wizard Systems, offer many extensive training options if you'd like to explore those with us. The audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got any questions, please type those into the questions section on your meeting control panel, and I'll do my best to answer those towards the end. Also at the end, I'll be giving you an update on any GoldMine product news, keeping you in the loop. And this call is being recorded, so after the presentation, you will get an email from our system with a link to the recording, which you could play back at your leisure. And we'll most likely pop it up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so let's get started. As I normally do, just a very quick mention about my company, Wizard Systems. As I say, all we do is CRM, and GoldMine is one of the main systems we supply, and we provide lots of services around GoldMine, helping you getting it set up, upgrades, customizing to your requirements, importing data, report writing, whatever it might be to do with GoldMine, we do it. We can provide any training as well. Of course, our aim is that you are managing your own GoldMine system. You're supporting yourselves. We're here in the background to help you if you get stuck or you've got a question. We want to make sure that you're in control. You manage your CRM system. So we do provide extensive training. That can be at your place, our place, or online. And we have a help desk service here as well, ready to answer your questions. Okay, so project management in GoldMine. You may be using it right now. You may know nothing about it. You may be using the opportunity management system in GoldMine. Well, that's sort of closely related to projects, and many of our clients that are implementing big solutions, lots of complex services into a client organization, they may be using the opportunity manager, and it's possible to, when the opportunity becomes a sale, to convert it to a project. Anyway, so if projects is your thing, you can get to it in a number of ways. So we can access it through the go-to menu and projects there. And this is basically what you see with in the top portion of the screen, a summary, a bit like an Excel spreadsheet, a summary showing you all of the projects on the go at the moment for a particular user. So you've got a little up the top right corner there, you've got a little drop down list there where you can actually home in and see all of the projects for you as a user, or all of the projects for your particular company or a group of people. Anyway, that summary there, you can see all of the projects. You can group and sort by that list, and as you move up and down, the system is refreshing and displaying below a bit more information about that project. If I double click on one of these summarized projects here in the top portion of the screen, I go into this project in a bit more detail. So here we have in the top half of the screen the main information about this project. Now there's some standard bits of information that GoldMine would like to know about the project. For example, its name. It will be linked to a primary contact, to a primary organization in your CRM database. Who is the main person, who is the main GoldMine user looking after this project? What's the status of the project? What's the stage of the project? We've got little drop-down lists in all of these fields that you can customize yourself to group and sort these projects to see where you're at on a particular project. What was the source? Where did this project come from? Of course, some date, start date, end date, actual end date, the age of the project that's calculated automatically. And you can set up a number of user definable fields. So if there's any additional key information that you want to track, that can be displayed there. You can easily create those fields. Now, running across the middle of the project window, we've got a row of tabs. And these are standard tabs that you may not use all of them, but they're pretty key to tracking additional information about this project. One of those is tasks. So in a graphical way, I've got an example here. In a graphical way, we can lay out all of the major tasks that we've got to do on this project from start to finish, and we can see a nice little graphical Gantt chart that displays these primary activities, and also this little dark line that shows me the completion, the percentage completion of that particular task. So a nice way of laying out all of these major things that you've got to do, and also you can display these tasks on your GoldMine calendar as well. It's one of the options with your GoldMine calendar. You decide what activity types you want to see, and one of those activity types are project tasks. Of course, linked to that, there could be activities. You could have, of course, activities whenever you schedule an activity, and indeed emails. They can be linked to a project. So you can actually build up, again, a more detailed audit trail of every action, call, meeting, the normal activities that you might be tracking and using in GoldMine right now. They can be tracked to a project, and as you've done them, as you know, they go into history. So it's a wonderful, again, an audit trail, initially in date order, of everything that you've done against that project and what your colleagues have done as well. Different types of activities, calls, appointments, emails, whether they are emails that come into the GoldMine system directly or via Outlook, with GoldMine's link to Outlook. They can be linked to that particular project. Now, contacts is a way of linking this project to one or many other customers or contact records in your GoldMine database. Very, very simply, you can right-click then and point to and link to that particular contact. Against that contact record, you will see on the row of tabs a tab called Projects. So that's where you can see all the projects that particular contact record is linked to, is associated with. So a nice way of displaying all of the contacts relating to this project, and also their job title and their role. What is their role on this particular project? Why are you recording there? What's the purpose of their reference to this particular project? Sort of similar to that, we've got teams. So who are the intern? This is normally within your company, within your GoldMine user team. Who are all the people that are involved on this project? And again, what's their job title? What's their role on that particular project? Issues. This is where you can record and document key problems or challenges that you might have on this project. You don't have to use this if you don't want to. This is an example of a GDPR compliance that we went through recently with Wizard Systems, and using GoldMine to track our compliance with that, and all the different applications that we have for storing client data. So we want to know what are the issues and what's the status of that issue and where are we at, and dates. And again, of course, in a CRM system, we've got responsibilities. Who's going to be doing that thing? Who's going to be in charge of that particular issue? And then we've got notes, some general notes there. Of course, they're all date and timestamp with the name of the user. Details links. This is a way of linking to, normally to other resources, documents, files, that sort of thing relating to a project. We find most people tracking projects do have maybe quotes, client requirements, PDFs, purchase orders, images, they can all be associated there with that project. So there we are then, a quick run through projects in GoldMine, a simple way to manage client-focused projects, and it is closely related to the Opportunity Manager. So give it a go. It's in your GoldMine system already. You find it under the Go-To menu. As I say, Wizard Systems, we offer lots of options for giving you a little bit of training and helping you customize it. You may want to do reports and dashboards, around that as well. So you of course can create dashboards and reports around those projects. Okay, so as I normally do on our 101 sessions, open out to any questions you may have there. So first question from Nicole: how do I know if a project is on track? Okay, so there is the target date for the completion of the overall project. So that might be one way. Of course, you can filter on that in your project window. You can use reports and dashboards to do that. Maybe it's a specific task or activity that you want to be you want to look at to see if that particular activity has been completed or not. So that might be, it might be an old activity, for example, on the pending tab of that project record. So that might be a way as well. So a few ways: reports, the project screen, dashboards to help you see where you're at with that, with your projects. Julio, how does it compare with teamwork projects? Okay, teamwork projects, I think that's a cloud-based project system that you might subscribe to. Well, it's going to be totally different to GoldMine. So teamwork, not knowing teamwork projects in a lot of detail, it might be a more comprehensive project management system, along the lines of, say, Microsoft Project, or there's a number of them that are out there, and some are cloud-based. I guess what we're trying to do with GoldMine, we're trying to integrate everything. We're trying to make sure everything is integrated into our CRM database. So if you just got very, very simple project management requirements, and you want it all logged in your central CRM database system, then GoldMine will be the thing for you. I guess it really does depend on what you want to achieve. So it wouldn't compare probably with teamwork projects. Question from Matt: can all this information be searched on? Yes, it can. Well, you've got in GoldMine, you've got the universal search feature in the top left-hand corner of any GoldMine screen. You've got a bit like the Google. It's a bit like a Google search in GoldMine. So you can type in there a word or phrase, and you can actually home it down. So whatever word or phrase you're searching for, you can actually restrict, or you can filter the search on projects and opportunities, just that part of the system. So yes, that'd be the easiest way of doing it, universal search. Youssef, I see mention of other CRM systems on your screens. Do you do other ones apart from GoldMine? Yes, we do. GoldMine, well, we do. We're not a one product company. We do supply other CRM systems, and GoldMine is one of the main CRM solutions that we provided for a number of years, and will continue to do so. So hopefully that answers your question, Youssef. I don't think there's any more questions coming through. If any late questions come through, I'll answer those separately via email. Just to keep you up to date with GoldMine news, we do have a GoldMine introduction training course next week on a Wednesday, I think it is. So if you've got any new starters in your company and you want them to come to our Bristol location for a day's training on GoldMine, then we offer that. Contact us for details. we have also notified via our different channels the latest release of GoldMine, which is 2019.1. You will find this on our GoldMine blog. Let me just locate that for you. So we do have this GoldMine blog. Let me just go at the top here. GoldMine blog. So all the latest news, hints and tips on GoldMine. You can subscribe to this. You'll get notified of new topics and, as I say, tips and tricks that are added in there. So please subscribe to that. So 2019.1 and up on our GoldMine blog, you can see full information on what it includes. You've got to have a maintenance contract to be able to access these updates. So this is an annual payment you make to us, and then that entitles you to all of the minor and major upgrades that GoldMine released. So quite a few updates there on 2019.1. And I have been asked in the last week or so by a few clients, how do we get information on updates on GoldMine? We did. So a while back, we used to, through our mailing list, we used to send out regular emails to people on every single GoldMine update that came out. And we were finding that quite a lot of people were unsubscribing there. And people that we knew were still actively using GoldMine Live. And for whatever reason, they found it a bit annoying with the frequency of emails we were pushing out there. It was an annoyance to them. So they unsubscribe. And the danger then is that we're not really getting the information out to you on GoldMine and latest news and so on. So we do tend to, apart from major releases, we do tend to notify on our different channels information on GoldMine updates and product news. And you need to monitor those, or you need to subscribe to them. And if I could just take you briefly through those. Well, I've covered one already, the GoldMine blog. Hundreds of hints and tips up there on GoldMine, and you can search there for different hints and tips. And often these hints and tips are undocumented. You won't find them in a GoldMine manual or PDF or help file. They're things that over our 25 years of implementing thousands of GoldMine systems that we've just learned, and we want to share those best practices with the GoldMine community. So that's the GoldMine blog. We do have a YouTube channel as well, so that you can search for stuff up there, and we have a GoldMine playlist, so you can go through. Yes, we've got a GoldMine playlist there of 64 videos on different GoldMine topics. We have a Twitter feed. GoldMine CRM is the Twitter ID, and again, that there'll be hundreds of tweets up there on GoldMine news. Just specific to GoldMine, specialized to GoldMine. It's no rants about anything else. It's specific to GoldMine and GoldMine add-ons. So that's something else that you could subscribe to. And lastly, I suppose, is our company website, wizard-systems.co.uk or .com, and you'll be able to see all of our products there and information again on GoldMine and releases and what it does and what's GoldMine Web all about and so on, and what's the latest system requirements down there for you. So hopefully that gives you a bit more information. Yeah, so we've kind of shied away from doing these regular mail outs because we were finding people unsubscribing. So we prefer that you subscribe to one of those things. You know, if you're into YouTube a lot, then maybe you want to, maybe it's one of the channels that you that you subscribe to. And then of course you'll get little notifications on the YouTube interface or Google on later releases there. So that brings us to an end of our GoldMine 101 on project management. If you can think of any other um, interesting ideas on topics to cover around GoldMine and CRM, how do you do this in GoldMine? How do you do that in GoldMine? Then please let us know. It's probably going to be of interest to other GoldMine users as well out there. We'd love to hear from you. So please email me. My name again is Tim Wilmot, and you can email me tim@wizard-systems.com. So just to confirm our contact details, there we go, and the usual email address, website, phone number. There we are. So thanks very much for your time. Watch out for an email with a link to the recording, and we'll catch up with you next time. Thank you very much indeed. Bye bye.